What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Pierre, aka Big Stacks Porzingis, the #1 Knicks fan in the world, aka Mr. Know-It-All. And in today's video, we're gonna be talking about the best time of the year, one of my most favorite days of the year, most exciting times of the year, and that's the start of college basketball. Today is the start of the NCAA basketball season. I've been a fan of college basketball since I was a small child. Grew up watching Duke when they had Chris Duhon, Luol Deng, UConn with Ben Gordon and Mecca Okafor. I've watched college basketball for years. I've understood though that many different people watch college basketball for many different things. Some people like the uncertainty, it's unpredictable, you know, all that type of stuff. Me, I'm big on the NBA prospects because I love the NBA draft. I love the process of it. I love to watch and scout all of the top players who potentially could be lottery picks in next year's draft, and even the guys who could potentially be second round picks or late first round picks. I just love watching and having as much information as I can about those players as we head into the draft. But today, I just want to make a short video covering some things. I want to tell you guys some names that I will watch for the freshman class. I want to tell you some names of guys I will watch from the upperclassmen who's returning back to school this year. And then I just want to throw a couple teams out that I expect early, before a game or minute of a game is even played, to be good and to compete for a championship in a long haul. And it's broad teams. You know, I don't know any sleeper teams. Of course, right now college basketball is so unpredictable, and there's so much uncertainty that goes into these seasons. So I can't tell you any sleeper teams, anything like that right now. I can just tell you teams that I expect to be good all year, and that's what I'm gonna do. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So right off the bat, I want to start with this incoming freshman class and throw out some names for some guys I think you should pay attention to early on, especially in these first 2 days, today and tomorrow, with games that we'll see. I like Michael Porter Jr. out there in Mizzou, a guy that's been talked about to be practically the best player in this draft class, or this freshman class. I like Marvin Bagley III out there in Duke, a forward and center. A guy that I think is going to translate to the NBA game easily. He's joining a Duke class that has other freshmen like Trayvon Duval and Gary Trent. Those are other names that you should watch out for as well. I like Lonnie Walker out there in Miami, another guard, something this class really lacks this year. I like Colin Sexton at Alabama. He's also another guard, along as Trey Young at Oklahoma. So yeah, I like DeAndre Ayton, big man out there in Arizona, a guy that I think could potentially fight for a top 3 pick in next year's draft. I like Jaren Jackson at Michigan State, a versatile power forward, a guy that can step out at threes, is going to block a lot of shots, very long, athletic. So I want to see him. He's another guy that you guys should watch. A guy that might sneak up on some boards and sneak up on some people. Then you have the guys in Kentucky. You know, Kentucky always has a star-studded freshman class. You know, Kevin Knox, Corday Green, all those, PJ Washington, all those guys deserve looks. Even Diallo. But like I said, so it's a bunch of freshmen around the country. It's a bunch of guys you guys should watch for. Mohamed Bama, he just slipped my mind in Texas. It's a long list of guys that everybody should watch, but as far as right now, those are the guys. And then there's one guy who isn't hyped or coming into this year with so much notoriety, and that's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He goes to Virginia Tech. He's a guard, 6'5", 200 pounds, gained 15 pounds of muscle this offseason going into his freshman year. And he's a guy at Virginia Tech that's going to come into a role where he's going to be the go-to guy as a freshman. And that's something that I think he can use to take his game and take his name to the next level and hopefully get some notoriety. He's a guy that I think is going to jump up on a lot of the draft boards. And I think he's a guy that we're going to be hearing about a lot more as the season progresses. As far as upperclassmen and returning players, I have 5 guys that you should watch. I have Mikal Bridges at Villanova. He's a forward and a wing, has a lot of defensive game. They're going to ask him to step it up on offense this year because they lost Josh Hart, of course. So they're going to need his production to take another level in that aspect. I like Robert Williams at Texas A&M. He's a big man who could have left last year, where he returned. So I want to see some more of him and see how his game has progressed since last year and where he's got better at. You have Lamar Peters, a guard at Mississippi State. I don't know too much about him, but I know his name has been rising in the draft board, so I'm interested to watch his game and compare his freshman year and this sophomore year and see how much he's grown too as a player. I also like Bruce Brown out there in Miami. He's the guy that's going to be joining freshman Lonnie Walker, and they're going to form a dynamic backcourt and do some special things in Miami. I think they'll take Miami far. We'll kind of see them in the rankings fall and rise, I believe. They're going to be dynamic and put up some points in that backcourt, and I think he can really shoot the ball and attack at a high level. And I think we're going to see his name mentioned a lot in June when it comes draft time. And last but not least, Miles Bridges at Michigan State University. A guy that I like a lot, a guy that also could have left last year for the NBA draft but decided to return. So I want to see how much he's gotten better. If he puts it all together and he leads them the way that I know he can, or I think he can, they'll win a lot of games and they'll be very successful, and his name will be higher on the draft boards because right now he's not as high as I thought he would be going into this year. So he has a lot to prove still, and I'm anxious to see if he can do that. And lastly, as far as teams go, teams to watch, you know, it's still very early. I can't give you guys sleeper teams or teams that I think will do this or do that because it's just still so early in college basketball. Like I said before, it's just so unpredictable and so uncertain. But I like Duke, of course. They have a very good class of freshmen coming in. They also have some returning guys who I think will play a solid part. And that's always a good mix for championship teams. Youth with experience go hand in hand. You know, I like Arizona, who have the same thing going on like Duke. They don't have as good of a freshman class coming in, but they have one of the best freshmen in the country, DeAndre Ayton. He's going to be big for them in that paint, taking up a lot of space defensively and offensively. He's about as polished as a big man can be coming into school. I like Michigan State. Tom Izzo is a hell of a coach, and every year he has a team that's ready and willing to compete at the highest level, and they'll always have a chance to make a deep run in March. You know, whether it's a Sweet 16 or Elite 8, all of his teams always have that chance. I think this year will be no different. I actually think they'll be probably one of his best teams, and I think they'll be competing late in March. Could be a potential Final Four team. Wichita State is a team that's coming to the season getting a lot of love. They're ranked 7th. They got a few prospects on their team as well. Anxious to see how they play. I don't know too much about them, but you know, Wichita State is a school and a program that has proven to be a powerhouse. Every season they're going to make some noise, they're going to compete, they're going to fight hard, and they're going to give themselves a chance to have a deep run in March, and they've done that the past decade, to say the least. Missouri has a good freshman class coming in, led by Michael Porter Jr. I want to see just how good they are, and I want to see if he can really lead them and take them to that next level, something that their program hasn't really experienced in a long time. So that'll be interesting to see. Like I said, I like Miami. They have a dynamic backcourt with Lonnie Walker and Bruce Brown, so I want to see them put up some points and be fun and exciting to watch. And lastly, I got West Virginia. My cousin goes there, Javon Carter, the reigning defensive player of the Big 12. I love their defense. They're ranked 11 going into the season. Defensively, they're always one of the top teams. They're going to pressure and get into you. I want to see them do that, speed teams up and create turnovers. And I'm hoping that they can put it together and have a good run in March. And hopefully my cousin can end his college career, you know, with a Big 12 championship or an NCAA tournament championship, either or. So I'm going to be rooting for them and bleed in blue and gold this year. And that's it, you know. It's going to be an amazing college basketball season as always. I'm excited. I love the uncertainty. I love the fact that it's unpredictable. All the teams that I just named could all fail and not do anything that I just said because college basketball is really that unpredictable. So hopefully you guys listen to me, and hopefully I've named some guys that you guys are already planning to watch or already have your eyes on. If not, let me know who you're watching in the comments. Let me know who I should be watching if I didn't mention them or you think I don't know about them. Let me know your favorite teams, your favorite players, what you predict is going to happen. And don't forget, this is just a video for the start of the season. I'm going to continue to make videos throughout the course of the college basketball season. In the next day or so, I'll have a top 5 video of my top 5 freshmen. Then I'll come back with like my top 5 returning players and things like that. So no worries, just a video for the start of the season. Hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment. If you're new, subscribe. Big Stacks out.
Porzingis again!
That brought the crowd to their feet.